The Gulf of Sidra confrontations, America's high-stakes, Cold War battles with Libya. Prologue, Gaddafi's line of death. A provocation that ignited a decade of conflict won. The 1973 territorial claim, Libya's bold challenge to international law, Gaddafi's decree. On October 11, 1973, Muammar Gaddafi unilaterally declared the Gulf of Sidra, also known as the Gulf of Sirte, as Libyan territorial waters, extending 62 nautical miles from shore, far beyond the 12-mile limit recognized by the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS. The line of death. Libyan state media framed this as a red line. Any foreign military crossing it would be considered an act of war. US and NATO response. The US ignored the claim, continuing freedom of navigation operations, FONOPs, to challenge Libya's assertion. 2. Why the Gulf of Sidra mattered: strategic location, choke point for Mediterranean shipping, critical for oil tankers from the Middle East to Europe. Cold War flashpoint, close to NATO's southern flank and Soviet naval bases in Syria. Gaddafi's geopolitical ambitions, pan-Arab leadership, positioning Libya as the vanguard of anti-Western resistance. Soviet alliance, Libya became a major buyer of MiGs, SAMs, and naval patrol boats from Moscow. The first clash, the 1981 F-14 versus Su-22 Dogfight 1. The setup, USS Nimitz enters the Gulf, August 1981. U.S. Naval Forces, USS Nimitz, CVN-68, nuclear-powered supercarrier with VF-41 Black Aces Squadron. F-14, A Tomcats, armed with AIM-9L Sidewinders and AIM-7 Sparrows. Libyan response, Soviet-made Su-22 fitters scrambled from Aqaba Ben Nafi Air Base. The dogfight, minute-by-minute breakdown time, local. Event, 0715, AM2 F-14S call signs, Fast Eagle 102 and Fast Eagle 107 detect Libyan Su-22s on radar. 0720 AM, Libyan jets lock onto F-14 with AA-2 ATOL missile radar. 7:21 AM, first Su-22 fires a missile. It misses. 07:21:15 AM, Leti Lawrence Music Medinsky fires AIM-9L, destroying first Su-22. 07:21:30 AM, Let James Amos Anderson shoots down second Su-22. 07:22 AM. Both Libyan pilots eject safely. 3. Aftermath and significance. First U.S. air-to-air kill since Vietnam proved F-14's dominance. AM-9, L Sidewinder's combat debut. First all-aspect heat-seeking missile. Gaddafi's embarrassment, Libyan state media claimed victory, but NATO knew the truth. The 1986 showdown, Operation Attain Document and Battle of Sidra 1. U.S. Naval Task Force, the biggest show of force. Since Vietnam warship role, armament, USS Coral Sea, CV-43, aircraft carrier, FA-18 Hornets, A-6 intruders, USS America, CV-66, aircraft carrier, F-14, Tomcats, EA-6B Prowlers, USS Yorktown, CG-48, Ticonderoga-class cruiser, SM-2 SAMs, Harpoon missiles, USS Ticonderoga, CG-47, Ticonderoga-class cruiser, Aegis Combat System 2. Key engagements, March 24 to 26, 1986. March 24, Libyan SA-5 missile barrage, Libyan radar locks on, SA-5 Gammon missiles fired at USS-3 Viking and EA-6B Prowler. All missiles miss, thanks to electronic jamming by EA-6B. March 25th, sinking of the Libyan missile boats. USS Yorktown strikes first. Harpoon missile sinks La Combattante 2-class patrol boat. A-6 intruders join the fight. Rockeye cluster bombs destroy another patrol boat. March 26th, MiG-25 Foxbat interception. Libyan, MiG-25 locks onto F-14s. U.S. jets respond with AIM-7 Sparrow, forcing it to retreat. The aftermath, Gaddafi's revenge and U.S. retaliation. Berlin discotheque bombing, April 5, 1986. Libyan agents bomb La Belle nightclub, killing 2 U.S. soldiers. Operation El Dorado Canyon, April 15, 1986. U.S. airstrikes hit Tripoli and Benghazi in retaliation. Chapter 3. The Final Confrontation, 1989. Gulf of Sidra Incident 1. The Last Air Battle, F-14s versus MiG-23s, January 4, 1989. USS John F. Kennedy, CV-67, launches F-14s to intercept two Libyan MiG-23 floggers. MiG-23s act aggressively, heading straight for U.S. fleet at Mach 1.2. F-14 engage. 2. AIM-7 Sparrows destroy both MiGs. 2. Why this was the last major clash. End of Cold War. Soviet support for Libya dwindled. Lockerbie bombing, 1988, shifted U.S. focus to counterterrorism. Gaddafi's decline. Sanctions weakened his military. Legacy of the Gulf of Sidra confrontations proved U.S. naval dominance, crushed Gaddafi's attempts to control the Mediterranean. Shaped modern air combat, F-14's performance led to F/A-18 Hornets development. Precursor to 1990s and 2000s conflicts, set the stage for Iraq and Afghanistan wars. The Final Confrontation, the 1989 Gulf of Sidra. Incident and its lasting legacy, the setup. Cold War tensions, reach boiling point, January 1989. 1. The strategic chessboard, US and Libyan forces in the Mediterranean USS John F. Kennedy, CV-67, Battle Group composition, Carrier Air Wing 3, CVW-3, 12, F-14A, Tomcats, VF-14 Top Hatters, and VF-32 Swordsmen, E-2C Hawkeye, providing airborne early warning EA-6B Prowler, electronic warfare support USS Richmond K. Turner, CG-20, Aegis Cruiser providing missile defense, Libyan Air Force readiness, Okba Ben Nafi Air Base, home to MiG-23 MS Flogger E interceptors, Soviet advisors on site, helping Libyan pilots with radar and missile tactics Gaddafi's orders, intercept any U.S. aircraft approaching the line of death. 2. The morning of January 4, 1989, radar tracks the threat, 10:58 a.m. local time. E-2, Sea Hawkeye detects two radar blips, 72 miles north of Tobruk. Identification, speed, Mach 1.2, consistent with MiG-23. Altitude, 25,000 feet. Behavior, direct heading toward USS JFK. The engagement, second-by-second breakdown 1, the intercept 11, EO0 AM, 11:14 AM. Time event 11 AM F-14A. Tomcats call signs Gypsy 207 and Gypsy 208 scramble from USS JFK, 11:05 AM F-14 establish radar lock at 40 miles. Libyan jets do not alter course. 11:10 AM U.S. pilots attempt radio warnings, no response. 11:12 AM MiG-23s descend to 15,000 feet, increasing speed to Mach 1.4. 11:13 AM F-14s receive weapons-free authorization. 2. The missile duel, 11:14 AM, 11:15 AM. Time event 11:14, 10 AM, first AIM-7M Sparrow fired, misses due to MiG-23's evasive roll. 11:14:30 AM, second AIM-7M fired, misses. MiG deploys chaff. 11:15 AM, AIM-9L Sidewinder launched, direct hit on first MiG-23. 11:15:20 AM, second AIM-9L destroys remaining MiG. 11:16 AM, both Libyan pilots eject safely, later rescued by Libyan SAR. 3. Why the MiG-23s were so aggressive, Soviet doctrine. Banzai charge tactics to overwhelm NATO radars. Gaddafi's orders. Never retreat from U.S. aircraft. Technical limitations. MiG-23's RP-22 Sapphire radar was outdated versus F-14's AWG-9. The aftermath, military, political, and technological consequences. 1. Military impact proving U.S. air superiority. F-14's last confirmed kills cemented its reputation before retirement. Libyan pilot training deficiencies. Post-war analysis showed no BVR, beyond visual range, training, over-reliance on Soviet advisors, poor missile evasion skills. 2. Political fallout, Gaddafi's isolation, Reagan's victory lap, used the incident to justify continued phone ops, freedom of navigation ops. UN reaction, no condemnation of US, Libya seen as aggressor. Soviet embarrassment, MiG-23s poor showing hurt arms sales. 3rd, technological legacy, shaping modern air combat system. Improvements after 1989, AIM-120, AMRAAM, faster lock-on after AIM-7 failures, FA-18, Hornet replaced, F-14, partly due to cost, but kept lessons. ASA radar developed to counter chaff, flares, better. Chapter 4, Modern Parallels, How 1989 Shaped Today's Conflicts, 1 South China Sea, phone ops. Same playbook, US ignores China's 9-dash line, just like Gaddafi's line of death. Near-miss incidents, 2016 USS Lassen and 2020 USS Mustin operations mirror 1980s Libya. 2. Current naval aviation tactics, Top Gun syllabus. Still studies 1989, teaches ROE, rules of engagement, from Sidra. Drone warfare, evolution. F-14s versus MiGs foreshadowed UCAV dogfights. 3. Why this matters in 2024. China watched Libya, learned how not to challenge U.S. Navy. Ukraine war echoes. Russian pilots repeat same mistakes as Libyans. Epilogue, the last fight of the Tomcat. 1991 Gulf War. F-14s flew, but no air-to-air kills. 2006 retirement, replaced by FA-18EF Super Hornet. Iran's F-14s, only other user, still flying today.